Hi everyone, it's me, old Scrappin' Lizzie. She's upside down. Oh, good grief, she's upside down. Wait a minute, let me get her standing up on top of her head. No, off of her head. Oh, there we go. That's better. Um, I just wanted to come and talk to you for a minute. Apparently, on my video yesterday or the day before, I put in I mentioned stuff about health conditions, which I really don't like to talk about health conditions so much. Um, I'm getting old, so things are getting rusty. And so, but I mentioned about my leg swelling, which I've been having some trouble with my legs. Well, I went. So yesterday I went to the doctor. I was only going for blood work, but then I asked him when I was there. I said, "Is there any possible way that the doctor can see me today instead of next week?" And they said, "Well, of course." And so they saw me, and so I explained to him the problems with my legs. They're just swelling, and they're just so heavy, and I'm just so weak, and I'm just dragging. And so and so he looked at my legs. He goes, yeah, looks like you've got lots of water down there." And so, but it's everywhere. It's my whole body. It's just all this water. And so there is some tests that they want to do. But first, for this week, for 3 days, I already take a water pill. But for 3 days, so it was yesterday, then today, and tomorrow, I double the water pills and double the potassium that you have to take with the water pill, and to see if that will, some of the water will go away. But then I'm also keeping track on a piece of paper. I'm writing every little thing I eat, every little thing I put in my mouth. And so that then he can look at that and he can say, "Oh, well, this you shouldn't eat or this you shouldn't eat." But right now, I don't think there's anything on there that I shouldn't eat. And so, but I am concerned enough that I am being very careful that I eat the right things, but then I don't want to not eat enough. So, but my sugar numbers has been perfect. I mean, nothing's went over 111, so that's good. And that's taken my checked my blood sugar at least 3 times a day. And so, but like yesterday, I guess I didn't eat enough because then, well, I couldn't get to sleep last night, and it was like about 1:30 a.m. And oh, I was just shaky and I was weak, and I went and took my blood sugar, checked my blood sugar, and it was 75, and I said, "Oh, I got to eat something." And so I ate something then last night at 1:30, and so, but I'm still don't know enough about checking blood sugars to know. I don't know. I have no idea. I when you get diagnosed with diabetes, it's like at first I was put on one pill, then I was put on two pills, and then now I have two pills and insulin and some insulin. And so I'm hoping to get off of insulin if I can. But I think if my blood sugars say low enough that he'll just say go right off of the insulin, I hope. But anyway, they don't really, it's just only, stuff that friends have told me about diabetes or what I have found myself on checking online, that helps a little bit. And then I got one friend that's really trying to help me with what to eat and stuff like that. So, but like, it's hard. It is hard because I have a problem with I take Coumadin because I've had problems with pulmonary embolisms, and so then and that is a family thing. My mother passed away with pulmonary embolisms when she was in early 60s. My grandparent, both of her parents, passed with pulmonary embolisms, one at 59 and one at 60, and of course that's many years ago. But and so it's just in my family. And then my oldest son, he has a lot of problems with also his blood clotting, so he's on lots of medication for his too. But So it's very familial. And so because of that, I can't have what is really healthy, which is all the leafy green vegetables, which is really good. I can't have the green things because the vitamin K, you can't take the vitamin K along with the coumadin. Or I take warfarin, but it's generic for the coumadin. And so because of that, I have to avoid the vitamin K, so that's all that real healthy stuff. And and then diabetes, you got to avoid the carbohydrates. And um and oh well, anyhow, oh, and then the salt, and then salt, because of the swelling, then the salt. And so, but it's amazing when you go and read the nutritional facts on anything, how much sodium is in everything. I mean, I think there's sodium in sugar, and I don't know. I don't use any sugar. But I just wanted to say that I'm on I'm on track. I'm doing fine. The thing is I've got to sit in my, I got to have my legs up a lot. I've got to elevate my legs a lot, and so that means I can't sit in this room where I love to be a lot because my feet are down to the floor. And so I'm going to start doing a lot more things. For now, anyway, till I get all of this under control, because I know I'm 72, and if you read the obits, a lot of people at 72, they go belly up. But I don't want to yet. I got stuff I gotta do. I gotta get this craft stuff worked out. And so, like today, I've sat in my chair, and and I've done two loom knitting the hats. So I got two hats done today sitting in the chair. But then I come in here, and I sat in here for a while just because I have to be in here for a little while. And so, but I started doing me a right here. I'm starting to do a snippet roll, and I also ordered me a lap desk. It's just like a flat piece of something, and it's got like a beanbag bottom, and you can put it on your desk, on your lap, and so that I can have a workspace on my lap. But because when I do something like this, I have to do it on a table. I can't just hand stitch with it flopping around in my lap. I just can't do that. Some people can do that just fine. I can't do that. And so I'm going to be, I started this one today while I was sitting here watching. Have to watch that Johnny Depp stuff. I'm telling you, that is interesting. Some people think, if you have enough money, you don't have any problems. Well, between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they got more money than God. I mean, they've got a lot of money, and they got a lot of problems, them too. They got a lot of problems, them too, and that money ain't taking care of their problems. And so I'm almost thinking us who just struggle, we have got it going on. We that just struggle. And so, but you watch, I don't know if any of you's watching that trial, and I don't watch like the whole thing. I kind of watch bits and pieces of it, and then, but it is interesting. It is interesting to learn things um, about the law and how the law works. So I started this here snippet roll. I was using this piece. I had this long, about 2 inches wide. Is it a 2 inches wide one? Oh no, it's 3 inches wide. 3 inches. Um, and but it's real lightweight. And so then after I got some pieces sewn onto it, I thought, well, it's just too lightweight. So then I took a piece and set behind there, and then I had another piece, oh, right here, and I thought, well, that's not straight. But then I don't do anything straight. And this here, seriously, is really kind of out of my comfort zone for real, because I don't really do anything that matches. But then I see once I laid this piece, it's not stitched on. I laid that on the back, and then laid this lighter piece because it's got blues in it. But see, I'm kind of doing this blue, and I'm kind of doing everything in blues here, in different shades of blue, and I think that'll be pretty. And but this is something I'll be able to do on my lap. And then I've done it before where I've done a video or two sitting in my chair, and I just put you do it with my telephone, and just have my telephone on a selfie stick up above me. I got a lamp that kind of hangs over me, and so I can do it that way. And so hopefully I'll be able to do some videos just from because I just love doing my videos. I just love being with y'all. I want to do more live streams too. Oh, I wouldn't be able to live stream. Well, who knows? Maybe I can figure out how to get my computer in there too, where I can sit in my chair and do a live stream. I'm aging, so I got to do things different now. And I don't like this swelling stuff going on. So because I don't like the swelling stuff going on, I have to fix it before it's broke completely. But so I've got a few different blue fabrics, and some blue lace, and some white, and I'm just trying to put a few things together. I've got some lace in here. Now this is already stitched on. I just kind of layered some fabrics and stitched it on. And I don't do a lot of this kind of thing because it's just not crazy enough, And so, but it's pretty. And and if you make a snippet roll and you use little snippets of it for something, that's all really good. But if you just make a snippet roll just because you want to make something pretty, you don't even have to use it for anything except for it to be pretty. And that's what I like. I like pretty. And so yeah, see, then I just took a little piece of white lace and I just kind of jingled it together right there and pulled it together and made a flower kind of thing, flower power. And so I'm just going to stitch that right here. And so when you do something like this, and so then you're slow stitching again, and I mean, you can do even a snippet roll on the sewing machine, but since I want to do things on my sitting in my chair like an old woman, I want to I have to kind of go out of my comfort zone just a little bit. But this is really fun. I just did this for a while I was watching on the computer some of the trial, and I watch Emily Baker. She's a lawyer, and she's got her channel, and she kind of narrates through, and she's funny. Although like she tells you, she goes, I'm a fan of the cursey words, so I get to listen to the cursey words, and actually some people that use the cursey words almost sound cute. She's kind of, yeah, but anyway, that's funny, but it's funny. It's funny, but it's funny. Okay, so anyway, so now I just stitched that little flower in a button right there. And I got to get this little piece of lace stitched down there. Oh, I don't need this little piece of string hanging there, so we'll cut that off. But see, I just have, and I've cut all the little scraps of pieces of fabric with just pinking shears, so you have those pinked edges, and those are real pretty. This is a piece of a baby wipe that I just sprayed, and then I sewed it together to make it a little bit I did those one time on a video, And yeah, you know what I think I might do tomorrow? I no, I better not say that just in case I don't do it. I was thinking about doing a little live stream tomorrow so I can just talk to y'all in real time because I kind of miss you guys, you know? I like to use a lot of my these things, yo-yos in my when I look at the screen and I see this, it just looks all kind of dark. I mean, like white, like too white. I wonder if I can pull this down. Seems my boarding house reach here. I just want to see if I can get you a little closer. There you go. That shows a little bit better. But see, so I sort of pin things on. I don't have this piece stitched on yet. I stitched that on. Now that's stitched on, and this is a little butterfly, lacy butterfly applique. I put 3 pieces of fabric, and then I stitched that little butterfly on there, and then there's a little flower I made out of lace, and I've got that little fish button on there, and there's some buttons. Those aren't buttons. Those are hearts hidden under there. And like you've seen, I just put that on there, and that button's on there crooked. There's a butterfly sitting on top of that yo-yo, and I think I'll just stick these 2 yo-yos on, and yeah, I hear somebody. Did I hear my papa? Yeah, that's who I hear. I hear Papa. It's Papa. Hi, what you doing, Papa?
I just come to check on you, make sure you's okay.
I'm okay. I'm just doing a little stitching here. I got my camera on.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't want to interrupt you. I just, like I say, just making sure you's okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm okay here.
You need any drink or anything?
Would you? I left my glass of water over there by my lazy chair. If you would bring me that, that would be wonderful.
Okay, what about some juice?
No, I don't want any juice. I just want water. Thank you.
Okay.
And I think that one's still almost full. If it's not, you can fill it. There's ice water in the refrigerator. So anyhow, yeah, I'm trying to stick with just water. Just water. Well, of course I have to have coffee, but I don't think I can break myself from the coffee thing. But see, when I do the yo-yos, I kind of like to have them um, overlapping. Usually I like 3 overlapping yo-yos. I think they are so pretty. And so that's what I got going, just 2 on here right this very second, because I think that's all I have on this here on my desk right at the minute. Right at the minute. So, but these are fun. I mean, if you're just doing just to get some you time, some quiet time, some just do some slow stitching. And like I put something on, like a video or something on my computer there, and I watch, like lately I've been watching that silly trial, which is just, it's sad sometimes when you listen. It is just, it to me it's sad um, to hear these 2 argue. It's just sad. And so I think it should end with a hung jury, and both of them, neither one of them win, because you don't win. You just, how can you win if all you do is argue and bicker with one another? Nobody wins. And so, but yes, slow stitching is just amazingly uh, relaxing. My daughter was just here. She went kayaking yesterday, and she's been doing kayaking. Like she'll go 2 or 3 times a week and kayak down the Wiki River, which this river we have. It's like we have this one. Well, it was a attraction at one time. That's just a few miles from here. It's called Wiki Wachi, and it's Wiki Wachi Springs, and it was an attraction, but now it's a state park. And thank you, Papa. Thank you. All right. Okay, you're a good man.
I'm going to go back to my NCIS video.
Okay, you go do that. I'll be right here for a little minute or six.
Okay,
I love you too, darling. And so she goes down the Wiki Wachi River on her kayak. But the river, it's got a natural spring, and the Wiki Wachi attraction was built around that spring, and they have live mermaid shows. And so it's actually, the theater is like built like underground, and then with the whole one wall is glass, so you can see the mermaids, and you can see the mermaids as they swim. You can go online and look up Wiki Wachi, WEEKIWACHI. You can look it up, and mermaids, and you'll see pictures of what they are. But it's a natural spring right there, and so the water is crystal clear and cold. That water's cold. And I used to go tubing down that river, but I don't think you're allowed to tube now, just on inner tubes. But you can kayak down that river. But she goes with a friend, but she says, I think, she goes, that friend is always so grouchy. So she said, I think I'm gonna start just going by myself. And I said, she goes, there's so many people that go canoeing or kayaking and canoeing down that river, because there's a little place right there that you can rent your kayaks, and they bring you to the one end and drop you off, and then you just kayak to the other end, and then they collect you there. And so she said she's going to just go right by herself. There's so many people that just go right by themselves and go kayaking by themselves, and that is just an amazing something. And I'm gonna find a button here. There's a pink fish. I want a pink fish to go with my, because I got a blue. Sure, I should put a little pink in there. Why not? Why not? I just can't hardly stay with only blue. Oh, you gotta go on that one. This one's got a little, what do you call them things right there? Things. You call them things. Shank. I like to use shank buttons in the middle of my yo-yos, because then the shank is kind of hides in the yo-yo. So that's pretty cool. So let me get that in there. So yeah, I'd like to go back down that river again. We used to go when I was a Girl Scout leader. We used to take the Girl Scouts a lot of times, and we'd go down that river on inner tubes, and we would just have, all the scouts would have, each one have their own inner tube. Then we'd have another inner tube that just held the coolers, and then one inner tube that just held a cooler just for the trash. And oh, it was so much fun. But now that was long ago and far away. I don't believe I'd be able to make it down that river anymore. But anyhow, but yeah, she goes canoeing, and that's her little way of, that's her me time. Just not canoeing, but kayaking down that river. Where's this thread coming from? And everybody needs that. Everybody needs to have time, just their time, it alone or with somebody, but just to clear, And when you're going down that river, oh my gosh, the river is so crystal clear. You can see everything down. I mean, you look right, it looks like the ground is right there because the water is so crystal clear in that river. And what am I doing? Oh, I'm looking for my white thread. Here it is. And so, but you need your time. You need your time, whatever it is you do. I used to like to go. We'd go sit out on the beach. We'd go down, just go to the beach, and just down to Hudson Beach, which is close by where we're at. And we just go. And I'd like to go in the evening time when the shrimp boats were going out. And so, because the shrimp boats go out at night, just before dark, because once it's dark, that's when they start dragging for the shrimp. And so these old boats would go out, um, and we'd sit there and watch those shrimp boats go out. And always have found that to be so relaxing, just to sit there and watch the waves in the water, and then you'd see the dolphins jumping in the water. You didn't always see the dolphins, but oftentimes you'd see them dolphins. And so it would be exciting when you did see them. You're always seeing a lot of pelicans, and seagulls were like jillions of seagulls all the time. And and that kind of thing is so relaxing. It's just so relaxing. Sometimes I'd bring a book and read, but a lot of times you didn't even need a book to read, because just being there, just being out there in the out there in the and watching the water, watching the boats. The shrimp boats just coming out, and then there's also a marina right there too. So you're seeing the people that have been out through the day, they're coming back in, and so then you get to see them. And it's just so relaxing. And it's not really a beach where you can swim at, although there is a little part of it that you can swim, but that part of the beach is right there off the Gulf, and the water isn't. I wouldn't go swimming in there myself, but some do. And I think because there's so many boats that go in, maybe they just keep stuff just stirred up. Maybe that might be it. You know what I should have did right here on this spot? Sew that on there. I should have put some beads across here. Wonder what I did with my little thing of pearly beads. Pretty beads. Pretty little pretty beads. Let's see. And I just put them somewhere today while I was trying to make space on my desk. I put them somewhere, but apparently I don't know where I put them. I don't know where I put them. Maybe I didn't put them anywhere. Maybe they're still where they've always been, like right up here. But now I don't see them. Maybe I stuck them. Oh, let's just get these ones. I'll just get these ones. And, yeah, I'll get these ones. And I'll just get some blue ones. And I will put some beads on there. Because when you're making a snippet roll, you can put whatever you want on your snippet roll. So I am going to put some of these blue beads. See, I was thinking white, and I couldn't find the white ones. And that's because I wasn't meant to use the white ones. I am meant to use blue. And so I'm just going to put a few beads on there. But yes, see, once I film a couple of my videos from my lazy chair, then I can work on my doll too, because you know how I work on everything just kind of haphazardly. I don't work on anything till it's finished. Well, I do a little bit, but not much. But so I'm going to be doing more slow stitching because I got to get these dumb legs up. But see, my doll, she's right here. And I haven't really done much more with her, but I did add, I had the pink tool, then I added this green tool because um, her name is Matilda and she's going to the waltz. And so and it's taking her some time to fashion her dress because she wants to have the best dress. I think they're going to be choosing the princess of the waltz, and I think that they'll choose Matilda herself. And it's sort of like a queen, like at the prom they pick a king and a queen. Well, at this waltz, they're going to be picking the waltz princess. Yes, they are. So we got to make sure she has the most beautiful dress. And so, oh, see, now this makes a big difference having these beads in here. So I just like to put them beads right on there. And I'll probably never use this here for anything this year. Snippet roll, probably won't use it for anything. And I bet it won't even fit on one of my spools. Do I have a spool here? Where's my spool? Oh, here's this spool. But I don't think this will fit on this one. Nope, it's wider than that spool. So I'll have to make a spool. But see, you can put them on a spool, or you can just roll them up and tie them with a ribbon. And then it's a roll, which I'll probably just tie this one up and roll it up and tie it with a ribbon. And it'll be beautiful. But see, you can do that, and then you can make like a flower to go on top of it, and so then it's just sitting somewhere pretty. Because some things, all they do, right? You don't have a use for a lot of things you have. You have sometimes you buy just a little pretty whatnot just because it's pretty, and you don't do anything with it. So these are just pretty whatnots right here. And so if somebody says, well, what the heck are you going to use it for? Well, just to look pretty. Now see there, I put them beads on there. Can you? Well, see? There, yeah, you can kind of see them beads there. And so, well, we'll put one right there. Yeah, we'll put one right there. And I could put some sequins on there too. There's so many things you can put on your snippet roll. And now, snip that off. But see, as you go, and it takes a while, just take your time and work on it a little bit today and a little bit tomorrow. But see, in here I've got this one, like a piece of about a yard long, maybe a little bit more. And I'll just be working on down it until, but see, when it's finished, then you just take it and you just start rolling it up. And you just roll it and roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And see, once you start rolling and it's got all that beauty on it. Of course, it's not round right now. It's kind of, ow, that's a pin, Elizabeth. But see, once you roll it, you got this roll here. Of course, when it's done, it's going to be about this big probably, because I'll have all these beautiful things on there. And then you can just sit and you can put a flower on top or something, and it's just a pretty whatnot. Or like some people, if they're doing fabric journals or something, then you have all these little things that you can just cut a piece off, maybe that piece off, or maybe this little piece off, and use those little snippets for using in your crafting, in your fabric journals, or even in your junk journals, in your paper journals, and have a fabric pocket. Or maybe you could make a thin, just a very narrow snippet roll, and then take snippets off of that and put down on page edges on your journals. It can be a fabric journal, it can be a paper journal, and just put those little edges, just make edges. Now see, even something like this you could make, well, I wouldn't cut this one in half that way, but yes, I've seen some people who have done a snippet roll and it's all done on a sewing machine. It's almost like a patchwork. Those ones you could absolutely cut them. Let's see, I had a piece of one. Well, I can have a piece of something 1 minute and the next minute it's completely gone. Like the one I was just thinking about, it's completely gone. But anyway, so there is so much you can do, and like like here is a piece of ribbon with lace on the two sides. You could, oh, I could put that on there. I could just start adding some pinks in here because I got that pink fish. Then this is so cute and it's got pink on there. I might decide I want pink on here with this blue, pink and blue. Just go put a couple of pink things in here. I think I am going to do that because I like this piece. I like this little piece of ribbon lace. But if you have a piece of, like if you have a piece, I think I had a piece of something. Well, I have pieces of stuff and then in 5 minutes it's gone. Let's see, because I just threw some stuff up here that maybe I'll use, just some, I just was going through scraps and picking out some things that maybe I'll use and see. I get even the needles. I gotta watch what I'm doing. I'm a little clumsy when it comes to watching what I'm doing. Then I got these little teddy bears. They're just little teddy bears, but they're holding a blue heart. So cute. And then this little piece of ribbon here. I might use a piece of that. And then this was blue. See, if you have a piece of lace like this here, and it's wide, this is, what is it, 2 inches probably? Yeah, that's about 2 inches. You could start this a snippet roll. You could have this type of ribbon and use it as a snippet roll, and that one would probably fit. Boy, that would be pretty on that spool. I could make a short snippet roll out of that and just put it on that spool. But even if you have something like this, and this is kind of heavy, so that would be fun and nice to stitch something onto. And then again, you put you a yo-yo here and a piece of lace there and a flower here, and just layer things and make a snippet roll. You don't see just that right there, how pretty that is. How pretty that is. So, and so a snippet roll. I'm going to be doing more snippet rolls because they're so pretty. And I don't know what I'll do with them except just make them. That's what I'll do. Just make them so that they're pretty. So then we have pretty things. Don't you agree? But anyhow, but I like this so far. I think it's coming along. And I'm going to keep working on it. And I'll keep you abreast of what I'm doing. All right, now let's see. What am I going to do now? I got to get me a book. Okay, here. Oh, stronger than you know. I need this one now because, see, I'm complaining about health. This is my complain about health week. Okay, I gotta get a drink of my water. Drink plenty of water. You are stronger than you know. Words of hope and encouragement for someone living with a chronic illness. And oh, absolutely. Let's see. And I like to do this. I like to just open the book and see what it opens to. And that's what I read. And usually when I do that, it's usually something I really need to hear today. So this one says, remember what is most important. It's not having everything go right. It's facing whatever goes wrong. It's not being without fear. It's having the determination to go on in spite of it. What is most important is not where you stand, but the direction you are going. It is more than never having bad moments. It's knowing you are always bigger than that moment. It's believing you have already been given everything you need to handle life. It's not being able to rid the world of all of its injustices. It's being able to rise above them. It's the belief in your heart that there will always be more good than bad in the world. Remember to live just this one day and not add tomorrow's troubles to today's load. Remember that every day ends and brings a new tomorrow, full of exciting new things. Love what you do the best you can, and always remember how much you are loved. Oh, is that wonderful? That's written by Vicki M. Worsham. And I remember reading this one before, but when you read it again, each time you read something like that, it's like more of it makes sense to you, it just more and more. So, uh, I want to ask a favor for those who pray, and most of you have heard me talk about Jeffrey's mom, Jennifer, my daughter, Jennifer. She's an RN, but she's going to be nursed. Bless her heart, she's got something growing in her belly that's not supposed to be there. And so she goes Thursday, next Thursday, a week from today, she's going to have surgery where they're going to remove this, whatever it is. And um, they're going to, then they'll biopsy it and make sure. Right now they think it's the C word. I don't want to call that word. I don't want to say it. And but we're hoping that it, whatever it is, the whole thing can be removed, and then she will be fine. And so that's going to be Thursday that she's going to have that surgery. And we're not even telling Jeffrey yet. We'll just tell him that there's a little procedure she's going to go have done. I don't know if they do that in day surgery or if they'll. I mean, they got to open her up pretty much, they said. So and she'll probably have to spend. I want to go be at the hospital with her, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. It's my baby girl, my little girl. And so, anyhow, and so if you all could pray for Jennifer, that everything works out good for her. And she's been having trouble for so long with her tummy, and finally decided she needed to have it go seen about. And hope she didn't wait too long. But yeah, she's going to get that fixed. So ask God to watch over each and every one of you, every step you take, every move you make, and keep you safe, keep you happy, secure, humble, healthy, and bring you back to the next video. And I'll be here waiting for you. God loves you, and so do you. So do I. Okay, love you much, and God bless. And then we look for the mouse. It's always hidden. The mouse is always hidden. How can that mouse just disappear? Oh, there it is. It just disappears. Okay, God bless.